Why are you still exhausted when your lab results say everything is normal? Tomorrow morning, take a look in the mirror. Your tongue is whispering a shocking secret about systemic toxicity, a warning sign that modern medicine has overlooked for years. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ethan Marshall, a health expert based here in the U.S. with decades of experience. I want to start our conversation today with a truth that might startle you. That sheet of lab results in your hand, with every number falling within the safe range, might actually be a comforting lie that is causing you to miss the chance to save your own health. Before we dive deep into this secret, please take a second to hit subscribe, like this video, and share it to support my team and me in continuing to produce high-quality, in-depth health content like this. Now back to our story. I've witnessed countless middle-aged patients walk into my clinic looking absolutely drained. They complain of fitful sleep, chronic fatigue, and vague aches and pains. Yet, ironically, modern medicine, with all its advanced machinery, concludes they are perfectly normal simply because their biochemical indicators haven't technically crossed the threshold of disease. This is the most dangerous gap, the place where the body's silent cry for help gets ignored. But fortunately, we don't have to wait for machines to detect a disease. The human body is a perfect machine that reports its own condition through a part that Professor Arnold Ehret, a master of natural healing, metaphorically called the magic mirror, that is, your tongue. Picture this. The lining of your tongue isn't just for taste. It is a direct extension and the most honest copy of the lining of your stomach and intestines. So, when you wake up in the morning and see a thick, white, or slimy coating on your tongue, that isn't merely an oral hygiene issue. It is undeniable proof that your internal digestive system is clogged with mucus and toxins. That coating is actually waste matter the body is struggling to push back up from the stomach. While doctors often look at the throat just to check for bacteria, they miss the most vital message. The temple of your body is polluted from deep within. If we don't learn to read this signal, we will forever live with unexplained fatigue, no matter how beautiful our lab results look. So tomorrow morning when you wake up and stand before the mirror, how will you view the image of your tongue? Reflect on this and choose one of the following perspectives. A. I think it's just a standard oral hygiene issue, and I just need to scrape it off. B. I believe it's a warning signal from my digestive system that my body is toxic and needs immediate cleansing. Leave a comment with A or B below so we can discuss it together. We need to get serious about redefining constipation. It is one of the most dangerous misconceptions of modern medicine and the industrial lifestyle we enjoy today. According to the perspective of Professor Arnold Ehret, constipation isn't simply a matter of whether or not you can pass a stool. It is a state of obstruction throughout the body's entire piping system. From the large intestine down to the thousands of miles of tiny capillaries and the deepest cellular tissues, many of us deceive ourselves into thinking, as long as I have a bowel movement every day, my digestive system is clean and healthy. But the reality is much harsher. You can be regular every day, yet old, hardened plaque, mucus, and undigested food residue from years ago can still remain trapped in the folds of the intestinal wall, known as diverticula. Think of it like a house where the drains still flow, but the pipes themselves have been caked with thick sediment and sludge over decades of use. When the colon isn't thoroughly cleansed, it transforms into a garbage dump of rotting waste right inside your abdomen. This is when a dangerous silent phenomenon occurs, which experts like Norman Walker and Bernard Jensen call autointoxication, or self-poisoning. Imagine your body as a temple. If the basement is filled with decaying trash, no matter how beautifully you decorate the living room, the foul air will eventually seep into every corner. Because the colon's function is to absorb water and nutrients back into the bloodstream to nourish the body. When the intestinal walls are coated with toxic sludge, what the blood absorbs isn't pure nutrition. It is toxins from fermentation and putrefaction. These toxins hitch a ride on your bloodstream, traveling to every cell, turning your blood dirty and thick, and forcing your heart to work exponentially harder just to pump that toxic fluid to nourish your tissues. This is the profound reason why you suffer from chronic fatigue, brain fog, and rapid aging, even if you aren't overworked or sleep-deprived. Instead of carrying the spark of life, your blood is hauling your body's own waste. This slowly poisons your entire biological system, dragging you into a state of perpetual lethargy that no vitamin or supplement can fix. Not until the root cause, this systemic obstruction, is thoroughly resolved. Let's circle back to the image of the magic mirror we touched on earlier. Understanding why your tongue reflects internal putrefaction is the key that unlocks true health knowledge. According to the theories of Professor Arnold Ehret, that coating on your tongue isn't just oral bacteria. It is actually mucus and toxins that your body is actively struggling to push back up from the stomach and intestines through a continuous mucous membrane system. Picture your digestive system as one long, unified pipe running from your mouth to your rectum. When the lower section is clogged and fermenting, toxic gases and mucus rise upward, seeking an escape route. This makes your tongue the most honest status report of your internal pollution, far more sensitive than any medical device could ever be. Furthermore, our body is a miraculously unified entity where every part is intimately connected. Dr. Norman Walker illustrated this through his nerve reflex chart, showing that every zone of the colon has nerve endings linked to other organs like the heart, liver, lungs, and eyes. So when the colon is soaking in a cesspool of toxins, these organs suffer collateral damage through an unavoidable chain reaction. A heart forced to pump toxic blood becomes weak and develops arrhythmias. Eyes deprived of pure nutrients look dull and lifeless. And the skin, which acts as a third kidney for elimination, has to strain to excrete toxins instead of the gut, leading to a gray complexion and breakouts. From here, I want you to completely shift your mindset regarding disease. Disease is not a punishment, nor is it a hostile force attacking you from the outside. Fundamentally, what we call disease is actually the body's desperate yet heroic effort to purge waste and save itself. Those fevers, the mucus discharge, or that thick coating on your tongue, are not enemies to be destroyed with antibiotics or symptom-suppressing drugs. They are signs that your internal life force is fighting to evict the trash from its home. As the profound teachings of the Gospel of Peace remind us, the human body is a sacred temple. The filth accumulated within is the darkness blocking the flow of light and life energy, clouding our minds and wearying our spirits. Therefore, instead of fearing these signs, we must understand that the body is operating according to natural laws to sustain life. Our task is not to block this process, but to support it in completing its cleansing mission, restoring the inherent purity to the temple of your body. So, faced with the reality that the temple of our body is being invaded by waste and toxins, how must we act to reclaim control of our own health? The answer does not lie in adding any miracle drug, but in a simple yet incredibly powerful principle: subtraction, or in other words, comprehensive cleansing. The prerequisite step in this journey to restore vitality is to immediately stop the intake of materials that build disease. This means maximizing the reduction of mucus-forming foods like refined starches, excessive animal protein, and industrial dairy products, substances that act like glue, clogging our biological machinery. Instead, shift your diet toward natural healing foods like fresh fruits, green vegetables, and nuts and seeds. These foods not only provide pure nutrients, but also act as biological brooms, helping to dissolve and sweep away the mucus layer clinging tightly to the intestinal walls. However, changing your diet alone is not enough for the sediment that has accumulated and hardened over decades. Therefore, we need more direct mechanical support methods, such as colon hydrotherapy or warm water enemas. following the scientific guidelines of leading experts like Norman Walker and Bernard Jensen. This isn't a scary medical procedure. It is an essential hygiene protocol that helps remove long-standing plaque in the colon's diverticula that the body's natural mechanisms struggle to process in time, helping to release the toxic pressure weighing down on your bloodstream every single day. In parallel with that, another powerful healing tool we need to consider is rational fasting. But please, do not misunderstand this as self-torture or starving the body. View it as a precious vacation for your digestive system. When we temporarily stop the intake of new food, the body doesn't have to expend massive amounts of energy on digestion. Instead, this energy source is redirected with full force toward repair, regeneration, and toxin elimination at the deepest cellular level. By harmoniously combining the cessation of toxin intake, mechanical cleansing, and physiological rest, we are performing a major overhaul for the temple of the body. We are washing away the filth of the past to pave the way for a fresh flow of vitality to flood back in, awakening the inherent self-healing ability and returning the body to its primal state of balance. I want to leave you with a piece of sincere and practical advice to begin your journey of reconstructing your health starting tomorrow. Turn the observation of your tongue into a sacred ritual every single morning, the moment you wake up, before you even brush your teeth or take a sip of water. Stand before the mirror, stick your tongue out wide, and look deeply at it, as if you are having a dialogue with your own body. If you see a clean pink surface, congratulations. That is a signal that your digestive and elimination systems are running smoothly. But if you are faced with a thick white coating of moss instead of worrying or feeling fear, simply smile and silently thank your body. Thank it for honestly reporting the state of overload so that you can realize, just in time, that it is time to deep clean your own home. We must grasp a core truth. Real, sustainable health never comes from expensive pills or temporary symptom-suppressing therapies. It stems deeply from the absolute purity of the bloodstream and the cleanliness of every single cell in the body. When the internal environment is purified, disease has nowhere to reside. However, I must remind you that the process of healing and restoring vitality is a journey that demands patience and iron discipline, not an overnight miracle. We cannot expect to clear out waste that has accumulated and impacted over 60 years of life in just a few short days or weeks. There will be times when the body reacts uncomfortably as toxins are powerfully purged, or moments when the mind wavers, wanting to return to the old, easy lifestyle. But stand firm in the belief that every small step in changing your diet and cleansing your colon contributes to lifting a 1,000-pound burden off your body, bringing you closer to the physical freedom you have always desired. Place your full trust in the miraculous self-healing power that the Creator has bestowed upon the human body. When we know how to stop poisoning ourselves and return the body to its inherent natural state of purity, it will reward you with a life full of vitality, clarity, and joy, no matter your age. I am Dr. Ethan Marshall, and I hope these heartfelt shares will be valuable provisions to help you find the healthiest version of yourself. I wish you a new day of true peace and purity from deep within. True health does not lie merely on lab reports with indicators within safety ranges. It is reflected most truthfully and earliest through your tongue every morning. While modern medicine sometimes overlooks these subtle signs, we need to return to natural principles to realize that chronic fatigue or premature aging often stems from systemic constipation and autointoxication. The human body is a sacred temple, and disease is essentially the body's effort to expel toxins accumulated over years in the colon and bloodstream. Instead of seeking instant solutions from medication, the key to revival lies in cleaning the internal environment through dietary changes, colon cleansing, and rational fasting. Only when we wash away the old filth can the flow of vitality return to bring about a sustainable, healthy, and clear-minded life. The deepest lesson here is the understanding that the body possesses its own innate wisdom and is always trying to protect us, even when it manifests as illness or unpleasant signs like a coated tongue. To apply this to your life today, start your day by observing your tongue before personal hygiene to listen to the message from your digestive system. At the same time, actively cut down on mucus-forming foods like refined starches and excessive animal protein, replacing them with greens and fresh fruits to support the body in its ceaseless cleanup and regeneration efforts. After hearing this, do you plan to check your body's magic mirror tomorrow morning to begin the journey of internal cleansing? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you wish to dive deeper into natural healing methods, please fill in your information in the form in the description box to receive a valuable ebook on health that I have prepared just for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video with your loved ones so we can spread this useful knowledge together, helping our community become healthier and more peaceful every day.